Hi guys, Artem here with another Monday Digest. The week just flew by. I didn't even notice that it's Sunday. So anyway, so much has happened and we just have to get right into it. But before we start, please, if you like the video, if you feel that it's useful and you want me to continue, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay, let's get started. So the biggest thing going on currently when it comes to internet is probably conflict in Ukraine, right? It's been spilling over to social media. I've been seeing so much content on TikTok in regards to Ukraine. Russia has been banning websites left and right, and it's been just really crazy. If you can, please consider helping out Ukrainians. They really need our help. And in the description box, you will see the link where you can find out more information and you can really make a difference. Thank you to those who decided to donate, be it their money or time or maybe some supplies maybe that Ukrainians need. Anyway, Russia has been just outright banning social media. So Facebook banned, Twitter banned, YouTube maybe it will be banned. There have been some reports. I think somebody reported one of the YouTube domains as being blacklisted in Russia, but I think it turned out to be false. Anyway, Russian government has been going berserk and have been blocking pretty much everything. The reason why they blocked Facebook and Twitter, because Twitter and Facebook decided to block Russian propaganda media accounts, right? So like RT and Russian First Channel and whatever. Anyway, so those medias mistreated Russian media, and in response, Russia decided to just outright ban Facebook and Twitter. Possibly Russia will be banning more websites. Russia has been closing down liberal media left and right, just as they do with social media. So we have Dost, which is liberal media in Russia, that has been closed. Echo of Moscow, that has been closed, and there are many more. So basically they're trying to control the rhetoric, right? But as you know, guys, with internet, it's impossible to really block anything. I mean, Russians are smart enough, they will use VPN, but still a lot of people unfortunately don't have now access to, I guess, an alternative view, let's call it that. But obviously I'm rooting for Ukraine. I'll just make it clear here. I'm rooting for Ukraine, and I think they've been doing amazing when it comes to doing PR, managing media and so forth. I think pretty much everybody now agrees that Ukrainians are brave people who deserve to be independent and they need to get rid of the invasion as soon as possible. But again, I don't want to go into politics, right? Even though politics kind of came and became part of the everyday life, right? But still, what I want to say is that when it comes to Russia now, a lot of internet service providers and service providers like Netflix, they are leaving Russia basically. That's what's happening. Social media doesn't work as well in Russia and so forth. So basically, Russia is creating an alternative internet, so to speak, where there is only one rhetoric and there is only one view. And the view is, it's not an invasion, it's a special operation, right? So basically, if you say anything that goes against this rhetoric, you might get banned in Russia, right? And many companies are leaving Russia, and it's going to be really interesting. So Ukraine even pleaded for ICANN to remove Russian domains, disconnect basically Russia from the internet. And one of the biggest internet service providers that provides bandwidth to large operators, telecom operators, I think they left Russian market as well. So I think we will see a ripple effect, right? So it's a whole new world. We haven't seen anything like this before. And even if you don't care about politics, even if you don't care about the conflict, there will be some repercussions that you will be able to see in your daily life when it comes to social media. Maybe we will see big tech companies actually doing censoring themselves, because that's what's happening right now. Many of the Russian YouTube channels are now banned in European Union. You can't open them. There is just no way. So we're seeing this kind of very dangerous, I think, development where big tech companies are doing self-censoring. And I'm not saying that Russian propaganda channels should have visibility or a big reach, but still, when we're starting to self-censor, we're missing out, on information. We are missing out on alternative view, and I think it's a dangerous road. So I don't know, it's been really, really crazy. But anyway, it's too early to say how it will impact the internet and censorship and content management and moderation rules. We'll see. But I think the direction where we are going, it's not good. It's not good, in my personal opinion. But yeah, so that has been pretty much dominating the news, be it traditional news or social media. But yeah, let's move on to our next topic. And let's start with PPC news. Google came out and said that they will not be offering Google Ads services in Russia. So basically everybody got YouTube Premium for free. There are no more ads in Russia. So no ads in YouTube, no ads in Google Search, and no ads in Google Display Network. Just no ads. I mean, no ads through Google at least. Microsoft said that they will not be selling any services and products in Russia, so I assume it's the same situation with them as well, but we don't have any kind of firm verification at this point. I think that's the case. They're not offering advertising services in Russia as of now. And yeah, pretty much everything that has to do with Russia became pretty toxic. So companies are leaving, they're leaving in a hurry. But Google decided not to stop offering their services in Russia completely. They just stopped doing advertising in Russia. And the reason is very simple. Russian government came really hard on Google, said that pro-Ukrainian activists are using Google Ads platform in order to promote pro-Ukrainian rhetoric. So in order to just be on the good side of Russian government, Google decided to just completely turn off advertising in Russia. So all Google services are working, as of now at least, in Russia, but you can't do any kind of advertising through Google Ads in Russia. Microsoft Advertising is piloting a new feature called Ad Creator. Using said feature, you can extract images from your website and utilize them easily in your ads. It makes creating ads much easier, because you can create ads based on product images. If you are promoting a specific product, it automatically pulls those images from your website. Makes it a bit easier to create visual ads, It is currently in a pilot, so if you want to test it out, you should reach out to Microsoft. And obviously all the links in the description box, so if you're interested, you can find information on how to test it out. Microsoft is rolling out Microsoft shopping ads in Latin America over the coming weeks, and they're going to be testing in closed beta seasonality adjustments for bidding, and marketing with purpose is available globally or will be available soon. So there is a lot of cool stuff going on, and if you're interested, check out the link in the description. That's it for PPC. Let's move on to SEO. So Google has finished rolling out their desktop experience update, and now you might see some slight changes in your ranking. People have been testing it, and I think Google page experience doesn't really impact your ranking all that much. On Twitter, there is a very good thread, obviously sources in the description, but there is a very good thread where an SEO expert is not seeing any changes for a website that has horrible desktop experience ranking and for a website that has very good desktop experience ranking. So desktop experience ranking probably is a lightweight signal in Google's algorithm, but it's not very significant. At least there is no evidence of it. But still, it's very good for you to go to Google Search Console and check your desktop experience score and see if there is anything you can do to improve it. Let's keep it on Google for a while. So Google has come out and said that it's possible for them to start crawling websites from outside of US. If you didn't know, Google actually uses a crawler. It's a program basically that goes through your website, clicks all the links, and indexes your content, right? It's a crawler bot basically. But most of the crawler bots are actually coming from US. So basically they have US-based IP. And Google has said that they're mainly crawling from US, but in future they might start crawling from outside of US. And if you didn't know, if you're blocking US traffic for whatever reason, if your website, for example, is not accessible from USA for maybe legal reasons, you should also block Googlebot that comes from US. This is very important, and Google actually states this in their own webmaster documentation. So you can't make an exception for Googlebot and then block regular users. If you are blocking regular users from US, you should block Googlebot as well from US. But in future, Google might start actually crawling websites from different addresses from all over the world. Who knows? Let's stay with Google. Google has released a new homepage in Google Analytics 4. If you haven't been using Google Analytics 4, I highly recommend it. It's so much better compared to old Google Analytics. I mean, in some ways at least, in a way that I find personally useful. So Google has come out and said that they have released a new homepage for Google Analytics 4, and the homepage actually is tuned to your behavior. So homepage changes based on what information do you usually try to dig out from Google Analytics. So for everybody, it might be a bit different. It might take a little time for homepage to change, but you will see it changing over time based on your own behavior. It's pretty cool, and if you want to learn more, check out the link in the description box. I know, I think it's gonna be the last Google news. Anyway, now when you search for local businesses or you search for services that local businesses offer, you will see Google Maps result, right? You are used to seeing an image of an area, right? And businesses marked as hotspots. But now you will be able to actually interact with that map. It's not static anymore. You can zoom in, zoom out, you can click on businesses, see their aggregated rating, you can see their name and so forth. I think it's going to bring a little bit more visibility to some of the businesses because it's much easier to just zoom out a bit and see a larger area, which would allow you to see more businesses at the same time. I don't know, it's pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it will impact local searches and users' behavior. Yoast founder said on Twitter that IndexNow protocol doesn't really make any difference. Yoast is a very popular SEO plugin for WordPress, and they track millions of websites and have access to enormous amount of data. And he said that IndexNow, which was pioneered by Bing, adapted by Yandex, and Google is testing it out as well. We mentioned it in previous Monday Digest. But anyway, Yoast founder said that it's not really doing anything to improve crawling efficiency, and changes are not reflected in search results any faster than they would be without IndexNow. At least That's the case according to him. We'll see how it goes, and I think it's early days for IndexNow protocol. I think it will be improved, and I really think that it's an awesome initiative and should, at least in theory, provide a more efficient way of crawling the content. Basically, IndexNow doesn't get you more traffic. Basically, it allows you to quickly signal to the search engine that there are changes in your content, and the search engine needs to come in and crawl to make sure that index results reflect latest changes. Time for a little bit of social media. Twitch has come out and said that they will be banning harmful information, super spreaders. That sounds amazing, right? Who are you? You are harmful information super spreader. Pretty awesome, right? Sounds like a villain, like a villain in an RPG game, maybe in like Elden Ring or something. You know, first you were just a regular bad guy, but then you became harmful information super spreader. And your ability is, I don't know, what would it be? Well, anyway, I'm just having a little bit of fun. So anyway, if you are spreading harmful information, please know that harmful information that might actually have negative impact in the real world, they might actually start banning you. But notice that they mention super spreaders. So basically, it's not enough for you to say once that you don't agree with, I don't know, forced vaccination. You have to actually be a notable person, I guess, and you have to have a large platform to be considered super spreader. But yeah, now you have to be a little bit more careful on Twitch. Thanks to magic of reverse engineering, we now know that Twitter might be adding a podcast tab. Pretty cool, right? I mean, LinkedIn has its podcast network that they are testing out, and now Twitter could be interesting. I think podcasts are mainstream. I guess they are, and have been mainstream for quite some time, but I guess they're going more mainstream since everybody is now adding some sort of podcast functionality. Again, I think it'll be really good as it allows you to have bigger reach when it comes to your own podcast, but time will tell. While we're talking about Twitter, Twitter has a program called Birdwatch, right? It's a fact-checking initiative in order to help stop spreading of misinformation, right? They have been piloting it with 10,000 contributors, and now you're going to see, at least some people will start seeing notes under certain tweets. So basically, it allows Twitter to kind of use crowdsourcing power in order to fact check some of the claims made in tweets, right? And now tweets with high ranking, right, will be seen with additional note that might state sources and show some sort of ranking of how credible the tweet might be. I think it's pretty awesome, and I think every single social media should have something like that, right? I think fact-checking is so important, especially now during crisis in Ukraine. We see that there is so much misinformation. It's just going rampant, and there is very little access to fact-checked information. You have mainstream media such as CNN, but then again, do they really fact-check? I think we have a huge opportunity to create a crowdsourced based solution where thousands, if not tens of thousands of people are fact-checking every single message of importance. I think it's a really cool trend, and I hope Twitter will be successful, and I hope other social medias will start adopting it. TikTok expanded their maximum length of videos to 10 minutes. So if you are a big fan of TikTok, and I think you should be, it's growing rapidly, and it's not only for teenagers. Many businesses are just having huge successes on TikTok. So definitely a really interesting platform that I follow closely. So yeah, now you can upload up to 10-minute videos to TikTok. The change is rolling out globally, so it might not be available to you now, but rest assured you'll be able to upload those longer videos to TikTok in no time. I think it's pretty cool, and now we'll probably see more tutorials, longer how-tos, and yeah, interesting videos. 3 minutes is not enough, to be honest, but 10 minutes, whoa, you can pack quite a lot of information in 10 minutes. So I'm really looking forward to changes, and I look forward to new content. TikTok community is very creative. I know, not all of them are very creative, but there is a subset of TikTok community that is incredibly creative, right? I mean, there are, stupid videos and cat videos and whatnot. I love cat videos, by the way. But still, 10 minutes will allow for short interviews, maybe for longer tutorials, as I mentioned, cooking videos, and just a lot of, I think, cool stuff will be coming to TikTok. I'm sure once we have 10-minute videos, I'm sure they'll move it to maybe 15 or maybe 30. Who knows? Maybe it will slowly progress to 1-hour videos. You never know. But I think TikTok's main competitive advantage compared to other platforms is the endless feed, right? And in order to get to a point in the video where you have maximum engagement, you can't really have very long videos, right? I mean, if you're swiping and you see a video where, it takes a person 4 to 5 to 10 to 20 minutes before he gets to the funny part or interesting part or insightful part, it's not gonna be as addictive as it is now. So I think they're balancing, right? They want to allow people to upload longer videos so it can be more useful, right? It will not be only like dancing and cats and all that stuff. They want to empower creators to create more insightful videos, tell longer stories and so forth, but they still want it to be, I guess, addictive, right? Because every time when you scroll and you see something funny or insightful, you get to that point where video has maximum engagement really quickly, and that's what makes it, addictive. You are constantly scrolling, getting that dopamine hit. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this change will impact the algorithm. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now let's move on to Instagram. A little bit of bad news for Instagram users. You will not be able to use your Instagram in all its glory on iPad devices. They are not building an iPad app. Whew. Yeah, I know. Instagram looks horrible on iPad. You have to zoom and use it as a mobile device. It's just horrible. I think on Android, experience is much better. But yeah, on Apple iPad, it's going to look ugly for foreseeable future. Also, Instagram is stopping support of IGTV application. So if you're using it, I don't know who is, yeah, it's not going to be here for a very long time. LinkedIn has announced that they are bringing better content analytics to the platform. So soon you'll be able to see who engages with your content on the platform. You'll be able to see job titles, industries, location, and engagement patterns. This will basically empower creators to create better content because you'll be able to see who engages with your content and in what way. Really cool stuff, and I think it's been long time coming, to be honest. Social media giant Meta has announced that they are bringing Facebook Reels to 150 more countries. I don't know about you, but I've never been really excited about Facebook Reels. But then again, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Are you using Facebook Reels? If you do, why? Do you get better engagement? Does your content spread better on Facebook when you use Facebook Reels? Let me know. That's it for social media. We have only 2 topics we need to cover and we are done. Whew! So, Etsy is raising their transaction costs by 30%, right? They're saying they're going to reinvest this money into the marketplace in order to further benefit the sellers. We'll see, but for now, you are stuck with 30% higher transaction costs. Whew! That's quite a raise. Still, it's much lower than, for example, Amazon, but still it's a considerable step up. We'll see if their claims are true and if sellers will actually see any kind of benefit. One last thing and we are done. Are you looking for a SEO or a PPC specialist? If you are, you're in luck. There are many Ukrainians now who are displaced, maybe lost their job and are seeking new job opportunities. If you can hire one, it will be a huge help and will have a ripple effect that affects many people. So if you're looking for an SEO or PPC specialist and willing to hire Ukrainians remotely, please check out the link in the description box and see if you can help somebody by hiring them and offering them a stable job, basically. And many Ukrainians are in need of one. So yeah, that's it, guys. We are done. 3rd Monday Digest is in the can. Hopefully you liked it. I'm going to obviously keep improving the format. If you have any ideas, you know where to comment. And yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful week and we'll see again next week. Oh, I forgot to mention that I have received my Steam Deck. So a Steam Deck first impressions video is coming soon. Okay, that's it. Have a great week and see you later. Bye bye.